All right. Well, I suppose we should talk about Grand Theft Auto 5. Here, I'll make this a little bit smaller. The, monumental news that for me didn't really I didn't really care too much about it, although the meltdowns of other people online have been fucking hilarious. But here's the thing, okay? GTA, they go so hard on it for a reason. They obviously want to make it better than anything ever, and they do. They exude this level of quality in games, but they're not really doing themselves much other favors than just basically what they do and what they have to accomplish on a day-to-day basis. There's a level of platitude to GTA games that we've come to expect. And there's no denying that GTA 6 is going to be a good game. Um, they've shown off some amazing things. So let's look at the trailer because yeah, it's easy to forget what we're dealing with here because they've only released two freaking trailers in years. And I'm not overly interested in what is her name, Lucia's story. I'm more interested in the dude Jason, and just exploring the world, and just going around, playing around like GTA is known for. I mean, the GTA 5 story was okay-ish. I didn't really overly like all the characters. Michael was my favorite, and Trevor is pretty cool too. But other than that, the story was whatever. What's always the biggest thing. Oh god, that picture. There's gonna be so much yo-yoing in this game. And I've said this before. I was like, this is not going to be a good representation of American society. It's like, if you think that this is, like, it's going to just show off what a shit show American society has become. And it's just a showcase of the depravity and the destruction of the capitalist spirit. But yeah, the game got delayed, so people are literally melting down in masses. Um, Fuck, I forgot to make that on that. But yeah, I mean that is the essence of what you're dealing with here is that you even got like the mainstream media variety, which I'm pretty sure is just a freaking uh, you know uh, pop culture TMZ type thing talking about. So this instance, we're seeking to release the most extraordinary game, and like, here's the thing: is that like, there's no denying that GTA 6 is gonna be an incredible game. But like for me personally, like I love fantasy games. I love like RPGs and like mysteries of new worlds built in imaginations. I can only stand so much of LA or Miami hoods and like people, homeless people walking around on the dirty streets of Miami. I can only take that for so long. Like I know there's going to be like, outdoor, areas. Look at this, even the BBC is doing it. So here we go again. Grand Theft Auto was delayed on Thursday. A famous quote from the series perfectly captures the feelings of many fans. Resignation, frustration, deja vu. There are people who just love GTA so much, and like I'm a type of gamer. I have like all these games, right? I'm playing physics games. I'm playing, strategy games. I'm playing like Skyrim, and still, but like for some people, this is their whole world. It's like they've just played GTA. I think there's a huge group of people who play like sports games and GTA. That's kind of that yo-yo crowd. So for them, this is just like their game. They gotta wait a whole other year for this shit. Why is it taking so long? And here's the question. This is the great question of our time. Is being like, why? Why did they delay it? You know what I mean? Like, why? Why delay it? But here's the thing: is that there's so much turmoil going on. You have here. I didn't want to get into this too early, but like you have these strikes going on. There's like unions being formed and people. So like I was theorizing this the other day is that like what if a disgruntled employee fired from that? Isn't it weird how this all has happened at the same time? Wouldn't it be terrible if like an employee, disgruntled employee just hit delete button, and deleted it from the recycle bin on like tons of essential files? That would be fun. That would be insane. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. I mean, we had like leaks and stuff before of didn't we have? Yeah, we had leaks and stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna wait for the real game to come out. But there seems to be at Rockstar and Take Two, there seems to be this kind of, yeah, there's every man for themselves type of material out there, where they're just like they just don't care about each other and the property. They're all just in it for themselves, and it's a bloodbath in there. Yeah, and they're super super guarded. They were like talking in chat rooms about union stuff. So yeah, there's mods. Take Two will go after that, and just like it just seems like Take Two Interactive or whatever is a very malicious company, and like I mean, rightfully so. They're protecting one of the most valuable gaming properties in the world, but at the same time, they're just like they're kind of evil. They kind of come across as kind of evil, and this is like, why have they not come out with it? You'd think that like 5 to 7 years, they were working on Red Dead, and they basically kind of started on this around 2023. I think would be in full production. Maybe you got to remember Red Dead was in there, and playing Red Dead Redemption 2, you you realize that probably a lot of the framework of the GTA 6 engine is going to be in Red Dead, because Red Dead's engine is ridiculous. It's so crazy. There's just like dynamic things. The graphics looks amazing, even, and runs great even on a average console or PC. So Red Dead's incredible at the engine. So I cannot imagine. It's snowing outside. I'm so excited. I cannot imagine they've deviated much from that engine, because Red Dead's engine is just retarded. It's so good. And how could how they probably built it on, of course, they've been all new models and textures and, environments, and maybe they've tweaked some things. But I cannot imagine. I think what you're getting is load up Red Dead Redemption 2.exe and make a whole new game in it, and then you've got GTA, because even like the Red Dead Redemption 2 engine is so malleable. You can just put a bunch of NPCs into the world, and using trainers, and they'll just dynamically live in that world. And you can have like hundreds of NPCs running around, and it runs perfectly fine. So I mean, that should eliminate some of the development costs, I would think, the flexibility of the engine. But they're making this thing perfect. So there's hundreds of people constantly working on it, just 24/7, to make it absolutely perfect, because they're gonna make billions off of it. But for me, GTA 6 is great and everything. I'd realistically speaking, I like the Red Dead Redemption 2 setting better, because this Wild West is fascinating. But what we have with GTA 6 is we have a game that is attracted a very extremely dedicated side. Here's that's the original delay. So we're on like delay 5 or something. But anyways, like here's the thing, is that they were like, yeah, we're gonna delay it for a year, and people were just melting down. I saw some posts on Twitter the other day that were literally along the lines of people just being angry and upset, and like very like it ruined their day. Like for me, like I don't care. It's like, it's another game of all these games. For me, all these different games like have different things. You know, if there was a game that was like Red Dead Redemption 2, but Lord of the Rings, I would probably be more excited for that than GTA. honestly. That's just how I personally am. But I really want to check out the world of GTA 6. There's no denying it's going to be a great experience, and I can't wait to break open the world and check out everything. Let's just do a segue here. Jason looks so cool. He looks just absolutely white boy summer. Let's fucking go kind of thing. Uh, but I want to crack open the world. I want to play around with the physics. I want to see what the world is capable of. Is this a world that's, just absolutely the most immersive game world we've ever known in gaming? Impressive, visuals. It looks insanely good. But, like Miami 2015 or what, I don't know when it's 2020s, Miami, cops and dirty streets and fucking drug dealers and stuff like that's a setting for a game that I'm not overly into, and I don't really want to spend a lot of time in. And I always have the same feeling with GTA 5, is that it's like I can only spend so long in the hoods and criminals. And some people like that. Like some people, this is like their, oh my god, we're gonna be you know a G unit, and it's like they just love that setting. But for me, it's cool. I can't wait to see it. He's got a pet snake. Jason is a fellow herper, confirmed. But yeah, let's go back to that. I'm a reptile lover. I've kept reptiles my entire life, so that's an interesting thing. Look at this, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, and you get to people who have never had a girlfriend before can feel like they have Lucy. Look at that. He's got a corn snake, I think. Jason's got a corn snake confirmed. Here, wait. Let's just. Oops. See that? He's got a freaking snake. He got a pet snake. And it looks like a reptile setup too. He's got the mister, he's got, the cage top, he's got a bin up there for feeding. Wow, Jason just gets cooler every single day. Just an absolute Chad. And they could have gone the route of overly woke. They could have made him just, a black dude or a Mexican. I don't know. He kind of looks like he is that, but they've all but confirmed like he's basically just like a dude. Oh, look at that. You got some thuggery there. Let's see that. What was that? And that's what I'm talking about. I just can't stand that. I try and avoid that side of the world as much as I can. So to have a video game centrally based on it is not overly attractive to me. Look, ooh, those are some nasty ass motherfuckers. those are some badass dudes. I'm sure these are some scholars. These guys must be the astrophysicists in the GTA world. I'm sure. But yeah, bold move, Rockstar, making the baddies look like that. But yeah, I mean the overall impression of GTA 6 is it looks amazing. I want to check out its world. I want to check out its story. It's going to be a fascinating game for sure, but I mean obviously they want to make it perfect. They got another year to wait. And they're like, people are thinking it, they're like, cuz like a year is not that much time when you think about it. It passes just like that. But now that we have that wait, and people are hyped. Don't watch this trailer if you're a super GTA fanboy and wants it, because this looks really cool. They do a good job of selling it for sure. That looks sweet, but at the same time, like I'm saying, like it's just a game type that is a game type to me. It's gonna be just like another GTA game, essentially. GTA 6 is just gonna be another GTA game. So yeah, why did they do the delay, hey? It really is, there's really a lot of things. Highly confident. This was a good one I saw floating around the other day, is that he's highly confident the new release date. I would fucking hope so after like what, 3 delays, the most anticipated game of all time. November 19th. So I mean, we're at November 7th. So it's more than a year. Can you imagine from now? So if you're like the most major GTA fanboy in existence here, this next, what is it? Let's say 8 days, a week. This next week is gonna be torment from you because we haven't even started the 365 day. We haven't even started um we haven't even started that level of time scale yet. So yeah, I mean GTA of course this was going to be the biggest news ever in the world. Let's see what do these trailers get for views? 137 million for the first one and 268 million for the first one. And you should see the post that came up on Twitter the other day of the delay was just like instantly at like 60 million views. It's just like everybody was talking about it. But now it's just like the other trailers. These times these trailers came out, it's like now it's just like it's quickly gonna just seep back into just another thing, you know. And I'd be interested to see in like a year when this video, if someone is watching this video in a year from now when GTA actually comes out and it's playable and people are playing it, does it live, does it have that same expectation, that same feeling you were feeling right now of just complete and utter anticipation and we can't wait any longer? Oh yeah, so here's the news. It's very interesting how this all correlated at the same time. So like I'm not saying that that's what happened, but like can you imagine the turmoil at the studio if a disgruntled, you know, hi, you're fired, you know, you have a day to pack up your stuff and leave, and they still got access to the files, and he's like, fuck Rockstar, click delete on like a major section of the game. That would be horrendous. That, well, I mean, nobody would probably do that. Would probably fall under some data breach or something, and they could be fucking charged for that, I'm sure. But maybe they did something more obscure, like made something confused. I don't know. It all just like it all speaks of some kind of, you know, 40 employees or whatever they said there is. It was it. They said 40, 30 people in a studio that's like thousands and thousands of people. You know, I bet you the lineup of people wanting to work at Rockstar is like goes from here to the moon. So I mean, you cherry pick the most talented people who have swore their ultimate allegiance to Take Two, and there you go. You've gotten some major new recruitment. But yeah, Rockstar says employees that fired leaking information. All very convenient, isn't it? It's very all convenient. Yeah, it all speaks to me of that. A, there's super huge amounts of distrust, turmoil, and resentment at the studio, and you know, it's it's these big games that are like it's not like back in the day. Like you go back to like Times of Doom. You know, this is like 10 or 20 dudes in an office rented space, you know, with posters on the wall of rocks of metal bands, you know, like they just go in every day and they're like, hell yeah, let's go out get some drinks at the bar afterwards, and they go out. This is not what these gaming studios are anymore. This is not this like group of dudes or they're super into gaming games nerds that just, you know, sit around all day talking about video games and how cool they are, and you know, and you know, make blow up dolls and drink beer and stuff. This is not this level of things. People don't understand that. That's what a lot of people's vision of game studios are nowadays. But the truth of the matter is that game studios now are like jobs. It's like you go into work, you got your manager, you got HR, you know, it's an office setting, everybody goes for their lunch breaks at a certain time. You know, gaming studios are like jobs nowadays. People don't realize that when they go get into the gaming industry, like, oh cool, I'm just gonna get sit around and play and make video games all day. No, it's like going into a job, but you just instead of, you know, tax reports, you're churning out video games. So That's something to remember too about this. And Take-Two, Rockstar, the biggest gaming company probably in the industry, is going to be that more than anything. Especially with the way Take-Two is. You're going to have like it's just going to be an office of of people working. This is not this, let's make a video game in our fucking dorm room experience anymore. This is a serious industry. There's insane money, and whenever you attract that level of money and whatnot, you've got things like unions and people getting paid unfairly, and bitching at their managers, and managers bitching at you, and HR, and all this stupidity, hiring and firing, and nobody really has security in an industry like that. Whereas you're friggin', John Romero making Doom back in the late 90s or whatever, like it's yours, you own it because you made it, you poured yourself into it. And indie developers nowadays, like if you're a bunch of dudes who just made a game, a bunch of people made a game, and they're sharing files over the internet, or you're this little dev team, like you own it more than that. These people don't. Rockstar is just this conglomeration. It's like Zellers or Target or something, but they make games instead of selling cheap products. Yeah, so I mean they're like a Starbucks of game making games. But this whole thing, I mean, look at these people that are involved in this. You know, there's got to be something at play that sometimes there's like these sometimes there's this like truth be told that these people might not be the very best people to work with, and they're kind of annoying in the office, and everybody doesn't like them because they want to put pronouns in the game or whatever they want to do. And all these attacks of ideas back and forth might have caused this level of anger, anguish, or just the job aspect in general. Like I was saying, it's like a job. There are unhappy employees who don't like X manager. According to the UK, workers were fired at the end of October, part of a group discussing formation of a union at a company. Well, yeah, like I mean, I hate to break it to you, but I mean every job out there, like you're not going to be paid fairly. Like your company could be making billions, and you might not be getting everything. That's just the normal part of it. It sucks, but it's true. Is that there's very likely a chance where you're just not, you're seeing the company make like what, 5 billion in microtransactions per month, or 5 million in microtransactions per month, and you realize that you're not getting much of any of it. That's just the way she goes. So there's clearly some problems besides just, the game's not ready yet. We didn't think it was, good enough. Let's just delay it for a year. I think that there's way more to the story than meets the eye. And I think that these people are like, there is going to be a calamity as if they don't come out with this thing by November now, because already people are pissed, and you're seeing it a little bit. I mean, like, what can you do? You can't really just like protest, come out with a game. But these people, I swear, there are people out there that want to do that. They are angry, and the stock tank and stuff. Now, is it gonna affect Grand Theft Auto 6? Probably not. The game is gonna literally make so much money, they're not gonna know what to do with it all. So this isn't some like GTA's, they're gonna cancel it and go out of business type thing. Latest delay of Grand Theft Auto 6, May 26th. And May 26th was not that far off. I mean, if you're a GTA bro, and the delay is not too far off, but you take the two together and have a full year. A full year is a full fucking year. I mean, it is not coming out anytime soon. Just think of all the life changes you can have in a year. You can get married, you can have a kid, you can go, you know, take a year in schooling, you can get a new job, you can move to a new house. There's so much that can happen in one human year. But now people are gonna have to wait that for GTA 6. So follows the same pattern Rockstar's last Star Mage release, Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that was set for release in the second half, and it was pushed back 6 months. First half, and the second delay from. Oh yeah, so that's interesting delay for Red Dead. It was pushed the first half of 2018, and the second delay to the release date for October 28, 26. That's an interesting little bit of delay. 6 month gap. So whether or not these delays coincide with just their way of just, let's just test it till it's absolutely perfect, or if it's just such a big project and becomes so monumental that they just kind of like, we don't know what to do with it. It certainly is a problem with gaming, isn't it? You'd like to think that this is like when you have investors and everything for gaming. Let's get this segue of Michael staring off into the abyss of California smog here for this one. But you'd like to think with a game, like they would, and like for me, like gaming is an art form. It's just like make it as good as you can. Like I realize there's going to be probably bugs, but like do not cut any corners. If I want a game, I want it to work pretty much perfectly and be the best of its potential. But like you would think that they would just be like, "Yo, we're coming out with this game. It'll be out when it's ready. Here's some screenshots and some cool stuff." Like that's like the extent of what I would expect from a gaming company. But when you have like investors and people and all these elements, like they have to make you know it's like it's like preparing a fast food meal. It's like there's a certain expectation. Your food is now in the oven. Sardeep is picking up your food from the restaurant. Your restaurant, like, he's now driving to your location. Food is about to arrive in 10 minutes. Like, we live in a society like that expects answers, and they didn't do themselves any favors with this delay, because now all these people being like, GTA only comes out in, let's see, what is it? November, December, January, February, March, April, May, 7 months. We're almost there. And it's like, hey, by the way, it's going to be November. It's a huge delay for those people that were looking at the clock saying, oh my God, we're almost 6 months to GTA 6. Oh, by the way, you're more than a year. It's like, it's a real gut punch for those people. But for me, it doesn't really matter much because I am going to probably play it PC instead. Just because I'm a PC gamer, and and I said this like fucking a year and a half or 2 years ago. I said this a long time ago. Is that like my ultimate idea for GTA 6 is one day I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna play through it on PC, and I'm gonna be able to play around in the engine for a while, and then eventually it's gonna have mods. So I'm gonna have GTA 6. I'm gonna have mods. I'm gonna have PC, and it's just going to be this extravagant experience where I want to test out the engine. I want to break things. I want to blow up the side of a town. I want there to be physics where, and this is a lot big ask for the game because I don't think it's going to have this, but I want to like, can we destroy buildings? Is there building destroying physics? Is there, is the cars like BeamNG Drive? Because if you haven't played BeamNG Drive, that is the future of physics in gaming. You could just like destroy a car perfectly in any way. Maybe they did some deal with BeamNG Drive or something in there, porting that proprietary into that. So we know about the delay, and the breakdowns, so to speak, online. Here, let's see if we can get up some X meltdowns. That's always really good. It's like I said, some people really are not taking it good, which is hilarious to me because I'm, I'm of the camp that, what, GTA 6 will be good. Let's just wait it out. Here, let's just see if we can get this in here. Sleeping Dogs. This is why I chose the music for this, is because like I like GTA. The American setting. Don't get me wrong. I love my American brothers and sisters out there, but man, how cool would a game like GTA be set in Japan? Or how cool would it be in like London? You know what I mean? And didn't Rockstar come out and say that they're only ever going to be in America? Maybe that's a thing they have a type that. I agree. GTA 4 is still 1000% playable today. With some mods for PC, it's even excels. I did a playthrough a while back on my channel of like with like crazy mods. I could not believe how good it looks, but it's still just GTA 4, a very small open world once you start to explore it. But extraordinarily detailed and cool. GTA doesn't really exist. I just can't prove it. Damn, your scam, your games are not out yet. See, like some people, Rockstar, you get GTA in the next year, people still gonna be playing GTA 5 doing the same heist. Yeah, and that's for me is that like I really, yeah, that's how I feel. Eh, it wasn't coming out for 7 months anyways. It'd be an interesting game. I want to see what it's like, but I mean, this is not at the end of the world. They're doing that meme. But yeah, I mean, if a game of GTA quality, uh, everything's getting delayed. People are really upset. Activision, I seen it right next, and that's why everybody is shifting the time. Look at this guy's fucking meltdown. I thought this was hilarious. And this is probably not even this is probably not even scratching the surface of how people just have emotionally gone off the deep end because they have to wait another 6 7 months for their precious GTA game. It's time. I don't care anymore, Rockstar Games. I'm a grown man with a family now. Keep your shit. And he blocks Rockstar. It's like, that'll show him. Oh my god, what are they gonna do? And we had Pirate Nation talking about the stock drop. Will it bounce right back up? If they gave out another trailer with just like a minute worth of stuff, it would bounce back up to there. And this was funny, all the different comparisons. San Andreas 2004. San Andreas was in 2004. Can you believe that? Still quite a gap between there. Lots of this meme going around. That's supposed to be Charlie Kirk. Oh yeah, it's funny. So it's just like you can see very quickly on like things like Twitter is that people are very into GTA games. They're like very into it. Like probably they don't play anything else. And this is what I'm saying is like there is a demographic of gamers that is decent size because they obviously sell sports games, but they'll play sports games like basketball and football. They'll play, all these sports games. And outside of that, they're not going to play Total War Warhammer 3. They're not going to play, Farthest Frontier. They're not going to play, Medieval Simulator 2025 or something. They're just going to play sports games and GTA games. Like, that is their only. Maybe they'll play something like that. It's a yo-yo culture game type of game. Console wars ended before GTA 6. Yeah, and like we're already on the first delay, like because when was it? It was in at any rate, if they didn't delay it it was the first release date, and then the May delay, and then now the November delay. Like if they didn't do these other two delays, it would have been out right now. So I'd be interested to know what the build was like pre this delay, because it got leaked or something. I don't know. it all speaks to people who just get absolutely obsessed with GTA. Absolutely obsessed with it. Wait up, GTA 2030, GTA 6 is still not out, Twitch is dead, Kick is on talk, let's burn the city. Yep. Look at that. Carl Benjamin posted this in 2023. And I still feel the same way about it. Look at that meme. That's good. That's some gold god tier. And that's how a lot of true gamers feel. Is that like you have this subsection of people who are not really into the whole yo-yo culture, American degeneracy of destroyed cities, ghettos and stuff. And then, there are a lot of the real gamers are like, "Oh, cool, GTA 6 looks sweet. It got delayed for a year." Whatever. It really is not that big of a deal. I mean, I'm going to be playing Red Dead Redemption in a year from now when GTA 6 still releases and Skyrim and shit. So like these games are never going on my roster. So like we've got games to play, people. Let's not lose. A lot of people were saying this. A lot of people were saying that the market is not ready for $100 base games, 120 editions, so they delayed it to allow time for the market. But that's, I don't know. I mean, if they released GTA today and they charged $150 for it, how many? Like maybe what if they're like, sorry, psych, no delays, shadow drop. Now GTA 6 is out today and it's $150. Like, do you think they'd lose one sale from that? Probably not. If it was a 10 out of 10 GTA 6 and they released it and it was $150 and they're like, sorry, we had to crank it up to $150, like it's everybody's still gonna buy it. Like people don't care about the price of it going from 80 to 120 to 100. That's a sad fact, but I mean that's a fact like anything in life. I mean there might be people who pass away before even flying cars become a reality or smartphones that can make games for you on with AI. It's like yeah, I mean a year is a long fucking time. It's not a long time, but it is a very long time. May 2026. That's another good one. Social media guy at Rockstar when he has to make another GTA 6 delay. And I've been thinking about this post and just how they had to formulate it. Because look at what is that now, 128 million. So like they had to know that this was gonna be the talk of the town. And over the next week or so, it'll just fizzle out to like nobody talking about it. But you know, they 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 more than likely knew that this is gonna be actually like the internet's like sort by likes. They had to know that this was gonna be the absolute insanity of this. I don't know what that even it sounds. That encompasses what a lot of people are feeling. GTA 6 developers in the last 12 years. But this is actually incorrect because they were making other things in the last 12 years. They probably kept GTA 6 on a burner for a while, but ultimately they did that. Look at Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast comes in there with just an absolute dickish comment. Gaming channel is gonna be dead for now longer. He is Mr. Beast has gotten a little bit. There's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with him. He is for sure a salty little prick nowadays. Shit. Here we go again. That one was a necessity. Yeah, delay for so we are gonna wait for we're gonna if gamers are gonna have to wait for a bit, but it is most certainly coming out for PC. A PC is gonna have a massive launch on PC. NYC is gonna turn into GTA 4 between GTA 5. But I mean that's the thing is like real life is GTA 6. That's its biggest draw is because it's a game that for the last 20 years or so has in a lot of the releases just mirrored regular day. Not a lot of games take that method, of just being like, here's a big open world, here's a big living world, modern time period. You just go do whatever you want. And I think if more games went down that route, they would be very successful. I mean, other games have tried, like Mind's Eye, and I didn't get that one. Bro, I'm 34. Please hurry up. And that sounds like a post. Like, why would you post that? Why would you post that without like being pretty obvious that whoever like I got 1 point. I've never even heard of this person in my entire life. Who knows who the hell he is, but why would he post that without being slightly salty about the whole thing? Yeah, the biggest news in the world yesterday. I don't really care. Every time Rockstar says GTA in it, make this a 45er video. I can't do this anymore. I mean, it can, but obviously I can't do this anymore. That was a good one. And a lot of people don't realize this, but like this guy, Sam and Dan Houser, like they are the brainchild of GTA. They don't even like really, I don't think they're really like the figureheads of it, but they're the ones, like this guy is the guy, some European dudes, I think they're UK based. They came up with this whole thing. They started the top down stuff. They made it this world mythos. And like these guys are just ridiculously rich. Let's see what their Sam Danhauser net worth. For combined net worth 200 million each just from making a video game, man. Just from making a video game, they're worth $200 million. That is insanity. So they probably Take Two was probably like 200 million. We'll take it on. You don't have to ever work again. They're like, sure. These guys are the ones who made it all. They made the comedy. They made the Americanized insanity. It was their brainchild. Thanks for the update. It really is affecting people. It really is. The insanity of all of it is very telling. When GTA finally releases, PS2 had all these main games. I mean, I think there is a little bit of that. Is that, yeah, these games are big. Yeah, these games are hard to make. Yeah, it's a technological marvel this game is going to be. Yeah, they want to make it the best version it is. But there's probably a lot of gatekeeping going on too. They're probably like, let's. It's like if you wanted to take something, you made it way better than you just, or like if you're an artist and you were trying to do something and you would never finish it, a painting, before because you wanted it to be absolutely perfect, like you can end up making something worse by just spending too much time on it instead of being like, it's done, it's ready. And maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're just uh, so committed to making this the biggest thing ever that they're not ready for it. They don't know what a finished GTA 6 is going to look like. And that's their main problem, is that they don't know when it would be is going to be finished, and they're like, maybe that's a little janky. I don't know if we should have that. And culturally, is that culturally maybe they've just spent so much time on that tinkering, and that they're just perfectionists, and it's just becoming this ridiculous project where they just think it has to be insanely perfect. And I would hope that it is, but at the same time, maybe they're just spending a little bit more time on it than they have to. Maybe there's some serious problems with the engine. Maybe there's infighting and problems that has occurred with employees. And maybe it's just this thing that is just, I don't know, I hate to say it, but maybe it's this thing that is becoming bigger than bigger than what it has to be. And it's becoming so much bigger than anything they had ever envisioned, and is crumbling under the weight of that. And it's like doesn't run very good on PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 5, and like they're having problems with that, and it's crashing, and like maybe there's some massive technological fallout at play here. But we have a whole other year to wait for GTA 6, and if you're a GTA obsessed bro, you're in for a hell of a wait here, because sit down and grab some popcorn, because it's gonna be a long fucking year. Peace.